From the grand lobby of Saginaw's former post office, where history was once stamped, sorted, and sent on its way, comes a show about the people who keep the Castle Museum running like a well-oiled machine. Welcome to Postscript, the podcast that delivers the stories behind the exhibits, the laughter behind the scenes, and the passionate folks who keep this historic landmark buzzing. Today on Postscript, we're flipping the script, and I'm being interviewed by Dr. Jen Vanette. Listen in and see what I've got to say. All right, well, welcome to another episode of Postscript, where we're flipping the script a little, and I will be interviewing Katherine, who is your normal host, but I'm Jennifer Vanette. I'm Outreach Coordinator here at the Castle Museum, and I am with I am Dr. Katherine Ellison, and I am the Marketing Coordinator here at the museum. Welcome to my park bench in the museum. Thank you. Thank you. Scenic view. Okay, so why don't you share what it is you do here at the museum? What does being a marketing coordinator mean? Well, I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, aren't we all? Well, I mean, for the most part, I do all the social media posts. So if you've laughed at those, if you've appreciated those events, that's me. I make the posters for all the exhibits. We've got a big exhibit. I do the award-winning Castle Courier every couple of months. And I do the annual report. And I send out press releases and try to get people on TV to talk about stuff going on at the museum and all that stuff. Sure. Okay. So that's like your day-to-day. That's what you normally do. Yep. All right. So what brought you to work here at the Castle Museum? So you're a doctor. So tell the people what your background is. A very interesting background. So I originally, way back in the day, was going to be a high school history teacher. Nice. My bachelor's degree is in secondary education. And you know, timing-wise, when I graduated, it wasn't like great for getting a teaching job here in the state. Now it would be great, but back then, not so great. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? And I subbed for a while, and then I thought, this is no good. So I went back to school to CMU, and I ended up getting a master's degree in history. And then I taught at community college and kind of did that for a while. My husband decided to go back to law school. So then he was real busy, so I thought, well, I got to do something else. So I decided to get a PhD in history. So did all that, got all done with that, moved back here to Saginaw, and I taught at SVSU for a number of years, and I was the director of their lifelong learning program for a few years. And then I said, you know, I want something different, but still history. Yeah. So the museum world it is. Yeah. So would you say your background in history helps you with like marketing? I don't think a lot of people would think like, oh, I've got a history degree, I'm going to do marketing. So in your mind, how does that go together? Yeah, I mean, I think it helps in respect to the fact that I'm marketing a museum, right? And museum events and museum exhibits. And so I have kind of a better grasp of like the history behind all those things and like what we're trying to talk about in the exhibit or with the event and, you know, and how to market that and make it interesting. Yeah. Research wise, I mean, it's good if I need to research and find out how to do something or whatever. I'm an excellent researcher, a lot of research background. And it's been fun to be more creative because I think often historians, you don't think of as being like the most creative people in the world. Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of been a different angle for me, but it's fun. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think like from my perspective, like seeing what you do with our marketing, you're very good at like leading with stories and like making sure we're sharing something. It might not be super in depth, say on social media, because that's social media world. Right. But it's something that like draws you into like an understanding of this is something deeper. You're not just being like this event on this day, you know. Well, history is just storytelling, right? Yeah. So it's all I'm trying to do in a little short format. So yeah. Should we dive into your love of our mascot widget? Well, Widget and I are like this. What do you want to know about?
I don't know. Why is it just beavers in general, or is it Widget?
It's really just Widget in particular.
So I should probably stop sending you all the beaver memes I find.
Oh, that's you? Yeah, I don't know. I love Widget. When I first got here, Widget was kind of a new on the scene at the museum, but he wasn't, I didn't think, being utilized to his full potential.
Mm-hmm.
So I've tried to really force him on people, put him around the museum for all the kids' hands-on stuff, and kind of use him in all the children's marketing. And now he's live.
Yes.
The full-size version.
I mean, he's like our most popular staff member at this point.
Absolutely. Constantly breaks the copy machine, but
I know, you can't trust him. So he had his big debut at Holidays in the Heart of the City this last winter or December.
Right.
I guess we're still sort of in winter. I don't want to think about that. Anyway, but yeah, he was an instant hit.
Yes, he was. Young and old love Widget.
Mm-hmm.
Even the mayor loves Widget.
That's true. That's true. Shout out to Mayor Brenda Moore.
Shout out, Brenda.
Okay, so Beaver, but Widget in particular. All right. So I don't know. Give me some dirt on this place. Like, you always ask people who's the weirdest. who would you say? And by the way, it's you. You're the weirdest. But anyway,
no. I mean, I appreciate everyone's weirdness.
It's true.
When I was in high school, I had a creative writing class. And at some point, I don't remember why, I don't remember the details behind the project, but I created a weirdo meter. And it was measured with a lime green car that was meant to look like the car I drove in high school. It was a lime green hatchback 1988 Mercury Tracer. And you would move this up and down depending on what your weirdness factor was, like that day. I made it for the teacher so that she would be able to rank my weirdness, but other people's weirdness as well.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I think if I were to put everybody on the weirdo meter that works here, and I would have to pick somebody who is the weirdest, I'm going to go with Addison.
Okay. I didn't see that one coming. Why are you going to say Addison?
Well, he has a real penchant for the Hungry Man dinners, and they smell delicious.
They smell delicious.
But, I mean, I haven't eaten one in 30 years. But they always smell great. He always eats those. Chicken pot pie today, though. Curveball there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a little kid, so he's always sick.
It's true. That's that phase of life.
Book when he's like at the front desk or something between guests. Just makes you wonder what
is he plotting?
That's right. What is he plotting? So that's why I'm going to say Addison.
Okay. All right. So what? I'm trying to think of other things you ask people. Like, what animal should we be associating you with? Because I remember with Jeff Summer, you turned him into a raccoon, right?
Was he the raccoon?
I think he was.
And Maya told me when I talked to her that he was some other animal. Now I'm going to have to review that footage, but it was something different. But maybe a mole because he lived in the basement. It was something along those lines.
I'm not sure was I labeled? I don't think I was. This is riveting for everybody, but what's your animal?
I mean, obviously the majestic beaver.
Obviously. As long as it's wearing a Castle Museum t-shirt, right?
Well, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Cartoon beavers only.
Yes. So, like, what people who are listening are probably like, why? Like, these are weird conversations. But, like, this is, like, actually what it's kind of like working here. Yeah. I mean, I think this is almost too formal. But, like, I feel like our staff is, like, one long running in real life, like, group chat. Like, think about your weirdest friend group chat and how, like, different comments are just peppered in that don't follow one another. And that's what it's like.
A great Seinfeld episode.
Oh, we would make a great
It's kind of a show
Seinfeld.
about nothing, but yet there's always something going on.
I know.
And it's all just weird, but that's life, right?
Right. But somehow it works though, because then everybody's able to kind of work together to make the magic that is the museum experience.
That's why we need everyone's brand of weird.
It's true.
To make it work.
It's true. Yeah. You need quirky people if you're gonna like have creative outcomes. That's true. All right. What is your favorite thing about Saginaw?
Ooh, my favorite thing about Saginaw. I am gonna say my favorite thing about Saginaw County.
Because we are a county-wide museum.
I mean, I'm gonna say it is the vast differences from one end of the county to the other. I mean, it's a really like you got the big city, quote unquote big.
Yeah.
Saginaw, right? And you've got all this stuff that comes with a city. And then, you've got like rural, like I live out in Hemlock, where there's, one stoplight and, we still have a one-room schoolhouse sitting there on the school property. So it's as rural as it gets. There's about, I think, 3,000 people in Richland Township. So not many. And then, you got Frankenmuth, which is rural, but like tourist destination.
Right.
One of the tourist destinations in the state, right on the other end. So
yeah,
I kind of like that.
There is a lot of variety. There's actually a lot to do in the whole area. Sometimes people are like, oh, there's nothing to do. I don't know what to do. But there's something going on all the time here.
There is. Sometimes you got to look for it, but it's there once you're onto it.
Yeah. I mean, this is your favorite time of year, right? With fish fries
It is fish fry season. And I got to tell you, I never liked fish growing up at all. And it's something about the allure of the fish fry as an adult that got me on board. It's got nothing to do with Lent. It's just that happens to be fish fry season. But it's the people watching. What types of sides are offered? How crispy is the fish? Is it wet batter or dry batter?
Yeah.
These are all important questions.
Well, I know you always give us the review after the fact.
Yep. One year we went to every fish fry we could find near and far. Different fry every Friday.
Dare we say what your favorite is? I don't know. Is that fair to the others?
Well, I mean, they always have a chance to be better.
Okay. Like you'll give them a chance every year. You're going to go around regardless. Okay. But what is your cannot miss fish fry?
Cannot miss. I would have to say, shout out to my friend Engel, Second Presbyterian Church on Midland Road. They like to claim they're Saginaw's best fish fry, as voted on by their own staff. But they're very good. Good sides. Dr. Reed Calcott will be there, guaranteed, with his full office staff. He's my dentist, and he is hilarious. Also, the Bridgeport Gun Club. Very good. Lots of options.
Okay.
And they do like some kind of, I think it's a 50-50, but you can't understand anything the guy is saying when he's making these announcements. So it kind of lends itself to the ambiance.
Gotcha. I like that. I mean, I like the community aspect of them. I'm not a big fish person, but like any type of communal food thing is a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about food for just a second, because you did talk about like helping with research and stuff, and some of that research actually goes into making our exhibits. And since we're just talking about fish fries and food and stuff, maybe we should do a little shout out for our upcoming exhibit.
Oh, yes.
Which will be around for a while. So even if people listen to this a little later, it'll still be relevant. So do you want to talk about Changing Tastes?
Yeah. So Changing Tastes, Saginaw County's restaurants, I guess, through time. Whatever it is what it sounds like. It's different restaurants through time. Kind of starting with early dining and going all the way through like Howard Johnson's on State Street, which most people remember Hojo's. So, and everything in between.
Yeah.
And a lot of this comes from the Castle Test Kitchen initial research.
Yes.
So.
Okay. So let's talk about that, because that is like an ongoing all the time thing that, we're both kind of involved in, but especially from like sharing from a marketing perspective, you are always kind of tied to Castle Test Kitchen. So let's make sure that people know what it is and how to find it.
Well, nobody's going to find the real kitchen, but the online version is available. every Sunday morning on our website. It's our blog. We call it the Castle Test Kitchen, where we look at some Saginaw history and then a related recipe. And sometimes it's like a restaurant recipe, a little more closely related. Sometimes it's like a person, it's their recipe or something that they were well known for. You know.
Yeah. I love it because like when I attempt to make the recipes, like I'm getting to taste it. I'm getting to like see how it works out. And if I'm not the one who tested a recipe that week, it's still really fun to watch each other work our way through these and sometimes get samples, not always, but sometimes. So it's a lot of fun actually
it's a ton of fun. I mean, it's always interesting what people were eating.
Yeah, you're the queen of the Jell-O mold too.
Yes,
yes.
Make a mean Jell-O mold.
Anytime we have gelatin involved in a recipe, it goes to you.
Yep. Because Tom has concerns with molded salads.
It's true.
They don't always stick together when he tries to unmold them. So but yeah, I mean, everything from Jell-O molds to the famous scrambled Hamburg of Doyle fame, which we did several versions of that, trying to figure out the secret.
Exactly. Yeah. And did a whole road trip to still try to figure out more about the secret, which was really just an excuse to go eat a bunch of olive burgers.
Exactly. But, so, I mean, there was that, but, we've got one coming up, and it's a scone recipe for this upcoming Sunday. If you can always go back and look at it, and it's one of those recipes where it's, somebody who was well off in Saginaw back in the day, and they probably didn't make it. Their staff or maids or cooks or whoever probably made them. And the recipe's not super clear, but we'll see how it turns out.
All right. Sometimes it's detective work. Sometimes it's a little bit. There have been a couple times where I've looked at a recipe and been like, well, wait, what does my old Betty Crocker say to do? And let me compare to see if I can have a roadmap to this recipe that's not super detailed. So I have tried to go for the assist a couple times.
Old recipes are fun.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want the people to know about you or the work you do here? I think we've covered, you wear a lot of hats. I mean, you're marketing and you are super focused on sharing who we are and what we do out in the world in all the multitude of ways. And you do an amazing job at that. But you also just wear a lot of hats, as the people have learned. So
I got my husky gear on today. I had a Hemlock Public Schools board meeting this morning.
Yeah, she volunteers for everything.
Vice president of that school board.
And the president of the Saginaw ISD school board.
Of the Saginaw Intermediate School District's Board of Education.
Yeah.
I sit on the Saginaw Community Foundation's board of directors. I did sit on the Sawdust Days group for a lot of years out in Hemlock. That's our big festival.
She didn't sit on it. She ran it for many years.
I was the chair for a few years in there.
You're participating in Leadership Saginaw right
now.
Which is a initiative of the Chamber of Commerce to learn more about, be with other leaders, learn more about the county. It's a great program.
Interesting.
But it's another time-consuming thing that you've volunteered to do.
Yep. I also do the Hemlock Historical Society.
Oh, that's right.
So I do that on occasion as well. And, it's not even mentioning all the subcommittees I also sit on for all those things.
I know. Honestly, when she comes to the office and talks about, what she's been doing, I'm, exhausted just listening. I don't know where you get the energy, because she also has her family and a young son that she's chasing after and all of his activities.
Yep. And he's starting to get more and more activities of his own. He's really cramping his stuff. No, it's not too bad yet. He does Cub Scouts, and he's going to be doing soccer pretty soon, coming up in the spring. And,
I
We go
don't
to
miss
those.
soccer days well, in the fall, it's not bad because oftentimes it's kind of pleasant to be on the field, but like that spring soccer,
It could be very cold.
it can
Yes.
be brutal out there. So I don't miss that, to be honest.
But I got him new goalie gloves for Christmas. So he's like,
Mhm.
yes, I must play spring
Yes.
soccer this year.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I keep busy
Yeah.
and rest when I'm dead.
Well, I'll take your naps for you. Okay. Well, I guess that's a wrap. I forget how you wrap these things up.
Oh, thanks for tuning in this week, everybody, and learning a little bit more about me from Dr. Vanette. I don't think I'm the weirdest person here. I mean,
She's in the running.
we all are. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side. This is Postscript,